If you want to stop burning out, you have to avoid this at all costs. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Yasmin.
And I'm Nadia.
If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and the bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video on how to transform your life from stressed and unfulfilled to joyful and balanced. As high achievers, we too have fallen victim to hustle culture trends, binging on motivational videos, and always raising the bar and continuously pushing our limits. But when our bodies gave us signs that enough was enough, we were forced to undo our conditioning and become aware of the mindsets that were pushing us to burnout. Today, we're going to share the toxic productivity signs that we had to let go of to stop burnout for good. So the first sign is that you tie your value to your productivity. If your productivity is tied to your feelings of self-worth and your value, and you judge how well your day has gone or how good you feel on how productive you were that day, then you probably have a toxic relationship with productivity. Feeling unworthy, not enough, or like you have to criticize yourself or put yourself down at the end of an unproductive day so that you can ensure that you work harder the following day and get more done is a sign of toxic productivity. Achieving all of your tasks and having nothing left on your to-do list at the end of the day is not what makes you valuable. However, this is what we focus on and deem most important. But this belief that the more productive you are, the more valuable you are, will inevitably lead to burnout, as there's no end to your productivity. And as you search for your value in all the wrong places, burnout will be inevitable. The second sign is that you have a long list of excuses to keep working. Do you find yourself constantly making excuses for why you need to pull that all-nighter, not take that holiday, skip your next break, and your next meal, also you can get more work done? If so, and you find yourself constantly creating excuses not to listen to your body and take a break, all in the name of getting that next task done, then it's likely you have a toxic relationship with productivity. The third sign is you feel the need to optimize every minute of every day. If you notice yourself rushing around, trying to optimize every minute you have, squeezing in as much activity as possible with your primary focus on knocking off as much of your to-do list in as little time as possible, rather than actually working on what is most valuable and a top priority, your productivity is probably toxic. Prioritizing and focusing on the quantity of tasks you can get done, consistently feeling a nagging feeling to rush around and get things done urgently, or getting impatient when things aren't moving quick enough, and multitasking wherever you can is another sign. The fourth sign is that you use hustle content to get through your tasks. If you are always ignoring your intuition and lack of motivation by overriding it with motivational music and motivational videos that promote no balance, you are heading for burnout if you're not already. The key here is always. Motivational content has its place if you are using and watching it consciously instead of using it as a manipulation tactic to keep on pushing yourself to keep working. If this tactic is always used with no balance and consciousness, you will form a toxic productivity habit, because a lot of the content is designed purely for motivation, so there's no consideration of balance and well-being, because that is not the goal of the content. The fifth sign is you focus solely on the outcome and have no regard for enjoying the process. If you are placing too much value on your goal or outcome and not enjoying the process or journey to your destination, or you're just trying to get to your goal as quickly as possible through force, then you likely have an unhealthy relationship with productivity and a greatly increased chance of reaching burnout. The journey and process is the majority of any goal. So if you're not enjoying the journey, then you're unlikely or less likely to enjoy the destination and will feel like you've been dragged through the process of obtaining your goal. What's worse is if your productivity is making you unhappy, then the more productive you become, the more unhappy you'll become. So pay attention to whether you have a lack of joy consistently throughout your process of reaching a goal, because that can indicate toxic productivity. The next sign is that you feel guilt when you rest and are not working. Many high achievers particularly feel like they can always be doing more, like they're not doing enough, and if they're not accomplishing something, they're wasting time. It's clear to see how these beliefs leave them feeling guilty when they're resting. They find it hard to immerse themselves in the present moment and just be instead of do. If this is you, it's likely your productivity is toxic. These beliefs may be accompanied by feelings that if you slow down, you'll fall behind or you won't be successful, even though you've probably achieved a lot of success already. The next sign is that you are neglecting the fundamentals. Consistently neglecting your mental, physical, or emotional health, or even your relationships and social connections to get more work done is usually a sign of toxic productivity. Repetitively sacrificing your rest, sleep, joy, doing all-nighters, drinking too much caffeine, and not paying attention to your general well-being, emotional health, or relationships to get more done and be more productive is usually a strong indication that you're placing too much value on productivity. It's important to consistently check in with yourself on how your emotional, mental, and physical state is doing so they don't push yourself to the point of overdoing things or burnout. The next sign is that your self-talk and projections around work ethic are unhealthy. You may have a very loud inner critic always telling you you're being lazy or you're not doing enough. And if this is the case, it's likely that you're projecting these thoughts onto others. Do you judge others for not doing enough, having a poor work ethic, or being lazy? Projections are a reflection of what we think and feel about ourselves, and therefore are clues on how we are treating ourselves. If you are being harsh on others around their work ethic, then it's likely you're being harsh on yourself too. The final sign is you have black and white thinking when it comes to productivity. Having an extreme all-in mentality around productivity and saying to yourself things like, I must go all in to succeed, if I rest I'll fail, I'll sleep when I'm dead. To keep yourself persevering no matter what, with no in-between way of thinking, is a sign of toxic productivity. If to continue working you say to yourself, I'll rest only when I'm done, or hold the belief that resting is a waste of your time and doesn't achieve anything, your unhealthy productivity habits will eventually lead to burnout, as you cannot continue endlessly without incorporating a period of rest and recharge. Rest is essential and the basis to all of your productivity, so you cannot continue without it. No one can work efficiently or sustainably at maximum intensity. You must moderate your efforts to have sustainable results. So now you know the signs of toxic productivity. How do you stop it? The answer is deeply rooted in your ability to realize your worthiness, detach it from your productivity, and become conscious of the way that society operates and promotes toxic productivity. Many areas of society encourages the belief that you always need to do, be, or become more, with the intention of making economical gain off of these beliefs. You may find yourself looking for that one tool, app, or diary that's going to make you the most productive. Or perhaps the misleading images on advertisements and social media is leaving you feeling that you just haven't achieved enough. When you get to a place where you feel whole and enough as you are, the system supporting toxic productivity would crumble because it's built on your insecurities and fears. We are often sold a false fix to fulfill our needs, when all we need to do is connect with ourselves and learn how to feel whole and enough as we are. From this place, what you will achieve will be far greater and far more aligned and fulfilling, and won't leave you feeling constantly defeated. The process to use to become more conscious, realize your self-worth, and detach it from your productivity is shadow work. It's the process of realization and transformation. We do have a masterclass which goes through this step by step on how you can do the shadow work, but in this video we'll give you some initial questions to ask yourself to start diving into this inner work. So ask yourself, why do I feel the need to be productive all the time? Do I tie my worth to the amount I complete or accomplish in a day? Can I feel good about myself at the end of the day, even where I have not been very productive? What is my value based on? Again, we'll link the masterclass down below if you want to dive deeper into this work. That's it for today, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And until next time, thanks for watching. Bye!